Yo, it's your boy Logos, and today we're going to react to another Pearly video, this time talking about ratings 1 through 10, and what is a 10 or an 8 in this scenario. I did a video on this topic previously, using the scale 1 through 10 and referencing Lizzo because I often see women say she's an 8 or a 10, which is hilarious to me. And I always make the argument that it doesn't matter what you may think of yourself or what your friends or other women may think, because you're not dating them, you're not interested in them. You know what you are by your results. But let's stop stalling and just get right into the video.
Now, let's hear from the girls. Do you think most girls are objective, or do you think they think they're hotter than they are? Or do they underrate themselves? Go around.
Personally, I think it depends on the person because growing up, I'm obviously not skinny. Hi, everyone. I'm not skinny. So growing up, I was never the beauty standard for anyone. Mm-hmm. So like all my friends were getting chatted up by people, blah, 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 blah. And I was just the other one, you know? Mm-hmm. So like I never really thought of myself as an attractive person. Like I would never call myself anything more than a 4. But now, like I don't really care about what anyone thinks about me. Like I've grown into myself and I'm comfortable with who I am now, that like even if you guys call me delusional or whatever, I think I'm maybe not a 10, let's not go that far, but like definitely an 8 per. So like whether you
can just say a few more seconds of nonsense, let me just jump right in. She's lying to herself, and she knows she is. She said from jump that she's a 4, and I think she's being quite positive with herself by saying that. But anyways, the whole point is she is not an 8. If we look around the whole world, we know what an 8, 9, and 10 is. We make the scale through comparisons. And it's not just men that do it. Women do it too. Look at the type of men that women most often go for, especially like famous ones. They're usually in really good shape. Sometimes they have a beard. They may be a bit older, they have a lot of money, and they have a lot of gravitas. A guy can't lie to himself and say I'm Leonardo DiCaprio level to a woman and expect women to believe it and get with him like Leonardo DiCaprio gets women. He's insane if he thinks that. That's why I think this woman is insane too. She said from jump that when she was younger, her friends would get attention, but she didn't. That tells you right there where you are. You're not at the same place as them. I don't know if her friends that did get attention was 8s, but even if they were, that tells you damn sure not anywhere close, because you didn't get anywhere close to the amount of attention. If you're an 8, who were your friends that were getting all this attention? What are their ratings? 12 out of 10? And if they are 12 out of 10, what's Rihanna? What's Beyonce? What's all these women that you love to glorify on social media and share pictures of that you love so much? Zendaya, Cora Ray, fucking Jean Aiko. The list goes on and on. All these women that these women don't know, but they love to like idolize behind a screen, and they share with heart pictures and shit like that and say she's so beautiful because they know they look good. If they look so good and you know that, what are you? You can clearly see you're not on the same level as them. And that's not meant to make you feel bad. It's just being honest. Just do the best with what you have. You have a lot more than other people have. Stop trying to lie to yourself to get other people to go along with what you want to feel or believe. Men don't do this stuff. If men did try to do this, women and men would call them out as delusional and crazy as hell. That's why this stuff is a joke to me. Because for one, the woman doesn't apply the same stuff that she wants to apply to herself. She wants to be seen as a 10 or an 8, but she don't see every man as a 10 or an 8. Her friends that want to hype her up and say she's right or all this other nonsense, they don't call every single guy they run into a 10 or an 8. If they did, they'll probably be in a relationship or be with every single man that they get talked to. But they don't do that because they know not every man looks that good or is attractive to them. So them saying this nonsense about your confidence means absolutely nothing. A man could feel like he's the top of the world, but if he's not there, he's not there. You can see what happens to men who are at the peak of their profession or their ability. Look at Tiger Woods. Look at LeBron James. Like, all these women want these guys, and they choose to either be married or they choose to be single or they choose to have a relationship where they can exercise their options. Regardless, they have options. That's the point. This woman doesn't have options. And she never had options since she was young. And you getting older and lying to yourself because you're hopping on this fucking body positivity movement, which is BS in of itself, doesn't change that fact. You're not going to date yourself. These girls that pump you up with with this nonsense, and your nonsense is going to date you either. The men are. So who the hell are you to say you're an 8 or a 10 because you feel like it, and what men say doesn't matter? You're not dating yourself. You single as hell. You're delusional, and you know that. Always find it funny women like this who try to say I'm so confident, this, that, and the other, and they always have to feel the need to try to get to a punchline before somebody else can. It's like somebody growing up being bullied for something, and before anybody can say something about it, they try to hurry up and make that joke about themselves first. So whatever jokes they feel like may come won't hurt as bad because they're insecure. You saying you're a 4 or saying, hey everybody, as you can see I'm not skinny, that screams insecurity to me. You're not you're not empowered, or you're not brave. You're just full of shit.
You guys think I am or not?
That's got nothing to do with her.
But like,
so what is it that took you from a 4 to an 8? If nothing's changed, what is it that takes you
loving
from a 4
myself
to an 8?
and looking in the mirror and not being disgusted at what I see.
I understand that, yeah.
So
Same bullshit, different day, different girl. I swear I hear it all the damn time.
But that doesn't, you're not necessarily being objective about how other people view you, right? Because isn't that what a rating really is? Like what you think the vast majority of people...
Like if I rated myself 1 to 10, I give myself a 5. I think I'm normal looking. And I just think it's based on my results. I think if I was an
If Pearly is a 5, what is she?
8, 9, or 10, I would have had modeling contracts because people in the top 20% of beauty, they get modeling contracts.
but what is beauty?
So what is beauty? I mean, there's a lot of things like
I hate it. They always play dumb when shit doesn't work in their favor. When something that they feel is something they can support or they like or is favorable to them, they're like, oh, I know this, or this is that, or I can make a definitive decision or statement on this. But when it isn't, oh, what is that? Is it just a social construct? It could just be moved and tipped to my favor whenever I feel like it. It's so stupid. But guys, this is a red flag for girls who talk like this to run away from them, and definitely don't be emotionally attached. At best, use them for sex, but even then, be careful because you might get that bitch pregnant and you gotta hear this stupid shit for the rest of your life. And she'll still be wondering, I'm an 8, but why didn't he stay?
like if you I mean, you can go online and have people rate your pictures, and they rank you 1 to 10.
That's wild.
And so you can get a lot of data that says how attractive you are in society. And men will rate you, women will rate you, like every day. How we look is like how we represent ourselves. It's not fun, but it's just like being honest.
These women rate men every single day when they get approached by a man who wants to get with them. How else do you decide whether or not you want to spend some time with them or give them your number unless you rate them on how they look? This is stupid. This is why I say they just play dumb games when it doesn't benefit them.
So, and it's also like you can get dating apps to like, you know, everyone's Tinder, Bumble, like they have a ranking for you behind the scenes. Yeah.
You don't need it behind the scenes. Just look at the results you get.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I trust.
So, I don't understand when girls say like, I'm an 8 because, or sometimes I hear girls say 10 because I hear this a lot where they say like, because I love myself and I'm like confident now. But don't you think attractiveness is based on results?
They may be, but I don't care about those results.
If you don't care about results, it only means you not attracted to men or you're asexual or something. Like, unless you don't care about relationships or being with somebody at all or somebody loving you, you care. Stop playing dumb because it doesn't work the way you want it to work.
To be honest.
But do you think then you're not being objective about how attractive you are or how attractive anyone else might be?
I guess not, but that stuff's not really important to me.
Sure,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think when someone when someone rates somebody, why does that have anything to do with them? Mm-hmm. Like if someone rated like somebody a 3, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's your opinion. Like it's not like a rating is not a fact; it's an opinion. Well, do you know what I mean?
everyone's opinion then would
Well,
add up to a fact. Huh?
Yeah, add up to a consensus. Maybe not a fact, but consensus.
Yeah, consensus. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
That's
like
what we're
I have a
saying.
group of friends, right? And when I walk into the room with the group of friends, I know immediately who's going to get the most attention from the guys. It's not me, right? I have like a friend who's like very, very attractive, and I know when I walk into a room with her, like the guys talk to her first, because like girls, you can kind of just feel it. But I almost wonder when I hear like, and I hear this from girls a lot, like I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. If that's not like rooted in reality. Because attractiveness, like there's numbers behind it, whether it's just your results in the world or your dating app data or...
I have a question for the women who feel this way, that feel like this shit is just subjective and you can just say you feel some way and you're that number. If that's the case, tell me, if the guys that you consider attractive to you, all the qualities that you find attractive, they will just be flipped, and all those good attractives was now negatives in terms of, let's say he was in shape, now he's morbidly obese. Let's say he's smart, now he's dumb as fucking ignorant. Will he still be a 10? Or will he lose points? Like, that's what I mean by playing stupid. We know what traits is more attractive. There's a consensus, and we all know this. We just trying to change it because people are soft as fuck.
The type of guys you can get.
Feels quite harsh, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough
It's
conversation.
not fun. Like
not fun.
I don't enjoy like walking into a room and knowing everyone's going to talk to my friend and not me. That's not fun.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be delusional if I walked into a room and I thought, wow, like they're all going to talk to me first.
I think in addition to your point, men understand hierarchy.
I was just gonna say that.
So we understand that I'm a 4 because there are guys that are 5 and get this attention. Guys that are 6, they get that attention. 7 and so on and so forth. Whereas women, I don't want to say they live in a delusion sometimes, but it's a case of, well, because I believe I'm this, I am that. And I was going to speak about gender, but I thought, let me not, because there's a whole separate topic where people will go, oh, what is gender? And then,
Yeah, let's not go into that.
Yeah, let's not go into that,
But-
please.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
But I do think that women also understand hierarchy. It's just like in this day and age, because we've been exposed to what men want, we kind of understand like, oh, okay, that's not what men want, but I don't care because I'm never going to be that, without money.
No, that's not a lie. That's a lie. I'm sorry. I misspoke the first time. That is a lie. You could get in shape. You could give a fuck about your body. You could give a fuck about your personality. There are stuff you can do to improve yourself. Guys do it all the time. It's called the gym. Some of these same women love men that have nice bodies, and that comes from going to the gym and being accountable and being honest. Stop once again playing stupid because it's not something I want to do, or it's something that doesn't work in my favor. They want the results without doing any of the work, and you could clearly see that. You don't have to pay money to lose all that weight. You just lazy. You full of shit.
and clout, shall I say?
What do you guys think men want?
Kim Kardashian.
They don't know.
Well, let's ask y'all that.
No, I want to hear, because you said like you think that girls understand what men want. So I want to go like one by one. And
Childish.
do you think? What do you think men want?
Just childish.
one at a time. Sorry.
I couldn't tell you because I feel like, again, I've never been in a relationship, but I've chatted to quite a few guys, and it seems like it's not even that I don't live up to their standards. I feel like I'm never what they want. And I'm like, is it looks? Okay, apparently I checked that box, but they still don't want me. Mm-hmm. Is it personality? Yeah, you're cool, your vibes, but I don't want to wife you. Like, I don't get it. Mm-hmm. You say you want personality, but you still go and try and treat a girl like a hoe. Mm-hmm. And I know this is not all guys. I understand that. And maybe this is just the guys I attract. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, cool. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like maybe society as a whole, not everyone, we do care a lot about looks, and I think that is a lot about like it's very superficial. I think a lot of guys are very superficial. Again, not all guys, but maybe a certain kind of guys they just care.
Call us superficial for caring about looks, but I'm willing to bet these women care about money, looks, maybe how long kids, you know what is, all types of stuff. But we're superficial for caring about looks. Okay.
More about looks.
Could I give you some advice in regards to like dealing with a guy that you're not sure where you stand with him, where he's saying like he might have sex with you, but he's not willing to commit to you, or he might, you know, take you out on dates, or you might cook dinner for him, or you might take him on dates, you know, whatever it is, yeah. But there's no commitment, there's no long-standing chance of a relationship, yeah. If you're dealing with that kind of situation, I think there's one sentence that would clear up the whole thing. Would you like to meet my dad? Bang.
What if you don't have a dad?
Okay, fair enough. But would you like to meet my family? Would you like to meet my brother? Would you like to meet my mum? As soon as you take it there, I'm sorry, but there's an immediate decision that that partner has to make. Am I actually serious about this? I want to? Am I invested in this person enough to actually engage with their family?
Yeah.
So, and honestly, from the beginning, if you introduce your boyfriend, your fling, whatever it is, if you're trying to get commitment from them, if you introduce them to your family from the beginning, yeah, you can see how they engage with your family members.
Yeah.
Are they respectful?
Especially a male counterpart in the family.
Absolutely, because they can tell what that guy is up to.
But what if you don't have a male counterpart?
That's
If you don't have a brother, what if you don't have a...
I understand that
dad,
there are
if
those
you don't-
circumstances, obviously. I would still say introduce them to your family.
No,
Do you have a
100%.
trusted
100%.
elder brother type figure or a father type figure that you trust? If you don't, you know, many moms out there have played the role of both father and mother.
Right.
Even
Yeah?
your friend who's a guy.
Sorry?
Even your friend who is a guy
I
can tell.
don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
No, because yeah,
Because that's your
your
boy.
friend who's a guy might be actually
That's your
secretly
boy.
fancying
They're gonna-
you. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
100. They were going to tell you this, yeah, he's mad.
Because he wants you. Yeah.
Exactly. So he may not be
That's-
very objective about
No.
it. A family member will be.
So, what?
And I'm thinking another thing is like you can't just play around with the girl and tell her all this shit, and then you go and meet her family, and then you keep playing these games and stuff. Because now you're getting other people emotionally invested with you. They start to remember your face. They attaching themselves to you. So it's harder for you to fuck around on a girl when you do stuff like that. Especially if you know you're not trying to be serious to begin with. If you know you just want friends with benefits, but you still haven't made that clear to the girl, but she thinks you trying to be serious, and then she brings up her father or mother or anything like that, you're probably going to bail out because you're getting in too deep. And you know you're not trying to get that invested in her. It's hard for you to be free and messing around and talking to women when you feel like it. If you meet no parents and all this other stuff, you're getting very close, and you letting yourself be very open to being caught out in the shit that you're doing on the low that you didn't tell her about.
What do you guys think that men want?
I kind of agree with Thais. Like, it's kind of weird. Some guys might just want looks or body. Some guys want to see like where the girl's going in the career or what she's actually interested in. Some guys, I don't know.
Okay.
They might have some similarities or something. I don't know. I don't actually know.
What about you?
From what I've gathered from guys that have been interested in me, as well as like guy friends, most of the time they don't want a plus size girl because either they're afraid or embarrassed or
They're afraid.
whatever, or if they do, they only want to be low key about it. They don't want to show you off. They don't want people.
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Like, I don't understand that she's going to get talked about around the circle. I don't think so. Like, if you have cool guy friends and you bring a girl around and they know you care about her, they're not going to talk no shit because that's your girl. Like, they may think a certain thing or they may feel a certain way, they may see something, but they're not going to definitely not disrespect you in front of your face because they care about their homeboy. So I think they still got the perspective of like maybe back in high school or something like that. Yes, it is true that guys don't want to, for the most part, get with a big, hefty woman like her. and they much more rather use them for like fun or friends with benefits, but they don't want to be serious with them. They don't want to settle down with them for the rest of their life. One thing Kevin Samuel said before that really stuck with me is the fact that she's already this damn big and she doesn't have kids. So imagine when she does have kids and she adds all that weight on top. She already has no past or foundation of exercise or caring about her body. She just have past and obvious history of delusion. So the chances of her being healthy as she has those kids is pretty slim to none. So to do all that beforehand and then add on that baby weight on top, she's going to be very, very morbidly obese. And that's going to carry over in a relationship and parenting. Like all that shit saps your energy away. And you can't act and lie like it's nonsense or you healthy or you fine. But carrying all that weight takes away a lot of energy. It puts a lot of stress on your joints and your muscles. And it fucks up your sleep.
People to know that they're like talking to you or trying to do a thing with you. But most of the guy friends that I've had usually want like girls, definitely big bum. It's always a big bum. Always. And then but the thing is, most of the time they want the big bum, but they don't want the things that come with the big bum, like the natural stuff that come with the big bum.
Hourglass.
They want
Hey, I hope she's not just trying to say obesity. You don't have to be obese to have a nice shape. Stop trying to use that excuse like, oh, you want me because I have a big ass, but you don't want me because I'm big everywhere else. Like, no, that's not natural. That's not natural. You can be proportionate and be nice. And for the most part, I don't think guys want cartoonish, big BBL asses on their women. I feel like they're just a thing that these women see and they think because they see rappers go after that. Or they see the lights that these girls get, but these girls ain't getting married up. They only think about sex and the stuff that they get in the short term. These women don't think in the long term. But from that, they make these judgments, which only shows to me that they don't know anything about men.
nice boom like figure.
So I want to hear from the guys.
Enlighten us.
What do you guys
What do y'all want?
If you guys wanted to get married, what would you look for in a wife?
Do you want to go first?
I'm gonna get hate for this, but submissiveness.
Submissive.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
For me, look, I'm a Muslim. I may not be religious, but I try to be. Submission isn't the word that I tend to use. You're like, if a woman is submissive to God, then she will do her duty as a wife. Yeah. What I require from a wife is fun. If there's one word, it's cooperativeness. What does that mean? That you have a wife, a partner that is gonna ride or die with you towards the same goal, towards the same end. Yeah. That is the fundamental quality that I require from a woman. Beauty will fade.
Facts.
Beauty will fade.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Look, there are some 50-year-old women out there that still got it. God bless them. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, beauty will fade. Even Angela Bassett, who looks amazing in her age, she doesn't look as good as she did when she was in her 20s. She looked flat out stunning when she was younger. And she still looks stunning now, being an older woman, but that's in comparison to all the other older women around her. Like, come on, let's stop playing dumb. We know what comparisons are and how they work. When you get older, you don't look as good, especially for a woman. Men, you can get away with it a little bit better because we get facial hair, so that, like, you know, women like facial hair. And our value really isn't that determined by how good we look. It's about all the other stuff. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
True. Yeah. But listen, cooperativeness, like, are you going to be holding it down, you know, whilst I'm struggling at work? Or, you know, if there's kids at home crying and screaming, are you going to give up easy? What kind of character do you have? Do you have resilience? Do you have, like, the ability to give me peace when I need it? Are you going to be able to take care of things as I need you to, when I need you to?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying have a woman, like, at the end of a whip, yo, do this for me, do that for me. No.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. What was that?
You go carry on.
the main thing I think is just that fundamental cooperativeness, that we agree towards the similar goal or the same goal, and that we're both gunning for that together. Now we might have separate roles when gunning for that same goal.
Yeah.
But the goal is the same. And if she's on board, that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Ish, what about you?
You said a lot of things as well. So, but like, just to add on to what you guys said, I just want peace. I want someone that can bring me peace when I come back from the world that I'm having to fight in order to kind of bring something to the table.
Like what you said is very important. And all the guys, they didn't say anything about body. They didn't say anything like sex or anything related to that. They said stuff that will make a marriage last decades and lead to generational wealth and peace for yourself and your family. The woman on the couch alone could say body and all this other stuff. The guys could give them more deeper answers about what they want. And they didn't say stuff for like a friends with benefits or any stuff like that. They said for a wife. And that's the difference. Their mindsets is two different things. They looking at it as just like short-term stuff, and they seeing it as long-term. And I think submissiveness and cooperation is pretty similar. I feel like cooperativeness is just like a much more newer, softer way of saying the same thing as submissiveness, because in my opinion, submissiveness is not anything related to slavery or having to go at the end of a whip. You just tell her what to do and she has to fucking obey. It's nothing like that. But for some women, and sometimes that's how women seems to take it. It seems like women seem to take it as they have to listen to whatever the man says or whatever he says goes, and that's not the case. From watching Kevin Samuels and listening to women on different podcasts, it seems to have a negative outlook when it comes to word submissiveness, but I don't see it that way.
From your answers, ladies, it sounded like you girls didn't really know what men want.
I didn't say anything. So.
Fair enough.
Well, so like that would more indicate you don't know what men want. If when I ask you the question, you say nothing.
No, they no, to be fair, they answered, so, and then it continued. But
Hey, but it sounds like you have an indication.
She could open her mouth when her friend says she on the 8, but she can open her mouth to give her opinion about what she thinks men want. Okay.
Of what you think men want, and you're doing the things that you think men want, and then you're not getting the results exact of what you want.
That's the end of the Purdy video, so let me just give my final thoughts. We know what a 10 is. We know how the scale works. We use it ourselves our whole life. Growing up, we know what is a 10, what is an 8, and you know what you are. It's shown by the people who like you and how much options you have. That didn't change now, and it won't change ever. You can say all these things, but that doesn't mean people gonna believe you. A man could say he's a millionaire when he's not a millionaire. You can say you're a 10 all you want, when you're not, you're still not. We all know what a 10 is. The women who say they don't know, or we're trying to act like they can't figure out what beauty is, those type of women can't figure out what beauty is when it doesn't work in the way they like, or in the way that hurts their friend feelings or their feelings. They're the same women that'll say Zendaya, Beyonce, Rihanna, and all these other women they don't even know is a 10. But then their friend that they do know is nowhere even close to that. They somehow tend to. It's nonsense and BS, and that's how I feel about it. It's your boy Logos, and I'll talk to y'all next time.